What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to my builds guide and unit review of Young Frederick, our latest free-to-play unit from Tempest Trial. So he's an Axe Cavalier like his original version, but he comes with a much better preferred weapon in Heavy War Axe. So this gives him +3 defense, and at start of every turn, if he's within 2 spaces of an ally, then he's able to give himself and a support partner, or if you don't have a support partner, then to the highest defense ally in 2 spaces of him, the +6 attack and defense buff, the bonus doubler status, and the follow-up denial status. So he's the first free-to-play unit to provide the bonus doubler status to his allies, and then if he initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, then he's able to give himself the +5 to all of these stats in the combat. He gets the guaranteed follow-up attack, which is good because he's not very fast, and then he gets true damage based on 20% of his defense, and he also gets 30% damage reduction on all hits. So this kind of true damage is going to be going well with his very high 47 base defense, which also has a super boon, and he also has plenty of attack at base 46, so he's just going to be stacking up his attack and physical bulk, and giving out bonus doubler status to your allies is definitely a unique support for a free-to-play unit, and follow-up denial is not really the greatest support when it comes to the status effects, because nowadays things have a lot of null follow-up or half null follow-up. It doesn't really matter that you've got the follow-up denial status a lot of the times. So bonus doubler is basically the main reason why you would use him, and if you don't really have Young Eliwood or Legend Eliwood, then he can function as a good free-to-play unit who can provide the bonus doubler status. Now, he needs to be within 2 spaces of that ally, which is going to be a bit annoying compared to the global range of the bonus doubler of Legendary and Young Eliwood. He will also be helping a lot of the allies trigger their prime scale because he's going to be giving out 2 status effects, and he himself can also make use of the prime scale really well because of having 2 status effects in his weapon. And he's going to be a bulky free-to-play cavalier, kind of like Mavier, but the support that he gives is a lot more restricted, but still it is unique for a free-to-play unit. And then he does come with attack defense clash 3 at 5-star and close guard at 4-star. So attack defense clash is going to be good bridge fodder if you're trying to learn the tier 4 version of that skill on any kind of unit, and this does give you the debuff neutralization on its tier 4 version to your attack and defense. So it is going to be a good skill for him as well if you're going to be foddering any kind of unit to him. And close guard is present on a lot of free-to-play units, so not necessarily too unique of a fodder, and Death Knight also gives you this at 4-star. So he's mainly going to be functioning as a bridge fodder for attack defense clash 4 if you're going to be foddering him. And overall, he's able to function as a pretty good and unique free-to-play unit, being able to provide the bonus doubler status, which is going to be helpful for a lot of the tanks. But the thing is that nowadays we do have a lot of ploy skills, which is going to be disabling the bonus doubler status. So that status is not really as strong as it used to be before, so you'll have to watch out for the ploy status. And that's pretty much the reason why they're giving this away on a free-to-play weapon, because it's just a lot more counterable. And because he doesn't really have the global range to his bonus doubler like Eliwood's, it is going to be limiting his usage for raid boss support in summoner duels, the one game mode where the ploy skills range is not large enough. So that definitely hurts his viability a bit, and you'll always have to be within 2 spaces of him to get that support, which is not the worst thing, but like I said, it is going to be limiting the usage in summoner duels. In Aether Raids offense, you can still use him, but there's also Spring Mirabilis that you can also use, and she's going to be inflicting the panic status. So that just helps you even more if you're trying to tank with bonus doubler status. If you're going to be building up Young Frederick on a budget, then you can give him a 4-star cat and learn speed resistance link and reposition, and this way you can buff up an ally to all of their stats, which is going to be helping with the bonus doubler status. So this kind of build could be used for a lot of limited battles or even arena assault if you're going to be trying to use him on a budget. But if you're going to be investing a bit more into him, then you can go with the attack asset and also defense super boon as the ascended asset, and you can run Gambit as his thought piece skill. So Aether and Miracle are going to be the special options that you can run, and this is going to be giving you more true damage along with his weapon, and also damage reduction, which is going to be stacking up with the damage reduction in his weapon. So it does go well with him because he doesn't have a minus on special cooldown weapon, so he's able to fully utilize Gambit, and then you can get some Canto from Alarm Defense Resistance. Unfortunately, there's no Alarm Speed Resistance, So it is going to be overlapping a bit with the visible buffs that he gets from his weapon, and he can just run attack defense clash 4 as he already has the tier 3 version. If you want to use no quarter, then you of course would have to go off of Gambit and run something else, which I'm going to be covering. So you can use him as a full support unit by running speed resistance ruse 4, which is available in the divine codes, and then you can run rally speed resistance because he already buffs up the attack and defense with his weapon, so it makes total sense with him. And you can run an infantry speed tactic as well, so that he can give the null follow-up status to the infantry allies. So this way he can fully function as a supportive unit, and it can be helpful in Aether Raids offense if you're going to be trying to omni-tank with the support that he provides. Bonfire is going to be the special that you're going to be running, but no quarter is going to be the best special that you can run on him. And in the future, whenever we get attack defense Neotrace 4, that is going to be an option with this kind of build, so that you can get the fixed counter 2, and you can also run Panic Smoke 4 in his slot C, so that you can get a third status effect in foe penalty doubler, and it can work out with the mixed phase build like this. And you can use Emblem Marth and have a 2 cooldown no quarter, which you can trigger in a single round of combat. So this is a more invested build with no quarter, which is something you should probably be running, because nowadays we have a lot of damage reduction piercing, so stacking up all of that damage reduction is not necessarily the foolproof plan. It still gives you that extra true damage, which does help with his weapon, which already gives him the true damage based on 20% of his defense. And then finally, because he can already give himself 2 status effects, he's going to be a really good candidate for attack defense prime 4, which you can run in his slot A, and then you can also run alarm defense resistance, which is going to be giving you the Canto status. So those are 3 status effects, and if you give him a 4th status effect, then he's going to be getting the distant counter effect out of the prime skill. So this skill can work out for max investment, and you can also run no quarter again with Emblem Marth to have a 2 cooldown special. And lull attack defense 4 is also a pretty good slot B skill that you can run on him, so that he can ignore the visible buffs of the enemies to their attack and defense, and also give his allies the bonus doubler status. Mystic Boost is going to be your source of healing, so it can help you with the self-sustain, and Guard Echo is pretty much going to be the best attune skill that you can run on him. So it is going to be giving you a bit of damage reduction, but it's more useful for the guard effect that he's going to be liking as a bulky cavalier. No quarter is going to be the endgame special because it does give you the full damage reduction piercing, so it is something you can run. And again, if you run no quarter, then Gambit isn't really an option for his slot B, and there are not a lot of options that he can run, especially when you're using Guard Echo as the attune skill. So lull attack defense 4 is pretty much going to be the best option that you can run on him until we get attack defense Neotrace, and if you get that, then you wouldn't really need to run alarm defense resistance in his slot C. You can click the link on your screen right now to check out my breakdown of the Young Awakening banner, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as the amount of options available to melee cavaliers. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.